And,
this is hold station 2.
This is hold number 2. This is a little step up.
Oh, yes, it is.
So go ahead, come back.
This sounds like it was designed by a game.
Yes.
And then turn towards your left. Boom on. There we go. And just come on, lean into my shoulder.
Hello, ladies.
Put your head down.
Oh, wow.
There you go. This is hold number 2. This is also known as the Cohen hold for the inventor, a guy named Richard Cohen, who's kind of infamous in these circles.
De-gayifier extraordinaire.
Yes, he is a certified coach, whatever that means. And
he's certified, I'll agree with that.
He's certified. He has some kind of piece of paper somewhere that someone said, you're
let's speed up that, you're holding me.
Oh, are you uncomfortable with this?
No, I'm good. Okay. That's the problem.
Are you feeling straighter after this?
I'm still moving the wrong direction.
Okay. This is the third one. Go ahead, just face that way. Just stay where you are. And lean back.
Oh, dear.
And this is called the motorcycle.
I've seen this in gay magazines. It was research, I swear.
Okay, just lean your head back again and go back to the time when you are the golden child and all that. And imagine that there were 4 men around you with their hands on you.
Yeah.
And then they're singing as well.
YMCA.
The song is called How Could Anyone? And it goes something like this. How could anyone ever tell you that you're anything less than beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
How could anyone ever tell you that you're less than whole? So we did this therapy twice during the week.
We can probably stop now.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny is for the first time in my life I actually have an urge to talk about football. Someone give me the name of a team.
Rams.
Yeah, I heard Niners and Rams.
The Raiders.
You go Rams.
The Sailors.
Hey, I really like those Niners better than your stinky team.
Hey, I love the Rams.
Yo, you're stupid. This is how you keep people straight. This works much better. Because now I'm straightening back up again.
Well, one counselor told us that after his friend joined the local golf league, that overnight he was straight. Just by whacking balls. So I did this for, it was a 48-hour retreat. And
where'd you sleep?
We had cabins.
How many people to the cabin?
About 12 of us.
Someone in there to make sure you didn't fuck each other?
On the second morning.
You fucked each other.
My friend comes up to me and he says, dude, did you hear what happened? I said, no. And he says, well, apparently in cabin number X, the guys took their mattresses, threw them in the middle of the room, and had an all-night holding therapy session.
Awesome. Like, that's worth $600.
I mean, I don't understand why more gay men wouldn't go to
right.
this.
Apparently many are, yeah. When you're writing a book about it, you're talking about it, you're actually putting yourself in jeopardy of a lawsuit. Why is this so important?
Because of what is going on with the gay and lesbian community, both here in the U.S. and abroad. Here in California, we still don't have marriage equality.
Right.
And it's primarily for religious reasons. I mean, that's what these groups operate behind this idea of the Bible being the Word of God.
Right.
And that is the main reason why people reject the idea of gay marriage. In Washington, D.C., the council just today, voted to allow for gay marriage. So there's still 2 more steps. But in New York, they lost their vote for gay marriage. So there's progress, and then we're going backwards. But even more importantly, even outside of the United States, there are some very terrible things going on. In Uganda, for example, they're looking at passing a law that would outlaw homosexuality, that would put men in prison, HIV men in prison for having sex, and would put them to death.
Wow.
For being HIV positive. People who do not report gay activity could go to prison for 3 years, and people who stand up for gay rights could go to prison for 7 years. And this is being backed by religious groups here in the United States.
Wonderful.
So,
wow.
I mean, we laugh, and it is kind of funny here, but there are some serious things going on with our sexuality.
Cool. And I would, as someone who has a lot of Christian people in my family, and there may be some in the audience tonight, obviously neither of us are suggesting that this is the way that it should be for Christians, or that we think that it's this way for all Christians. A lot of them are great people, but they should know that they're possibly their neighbors and friends are like, oh, that's a good Christian man. Well, that good Christian man may be supporting something really fucking nasty. And they have a better chance of talking to him than I do, because they don't talk to me.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of Christians understand what's going on in these programs. They may hear that you can become straight through Jesus. If you pray a little more, if you go to this group, you'll be fine. But there really isn't a lot of exposure to what's going on, and that's the reason why I had to go undercover.
Right.
There's this interview process to get in, there's all the secrecy and all these forms you have to sign.
You're a pretty good liar?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, it also kind of feels weird.
Yeah. So you had to act gay. Now, was it very simple? You just said, I'm gay, and they accepted it? Or did you do things like growing a mustache and wearing rollerblades? I mean, what?
No, I just tried to be myself as much as possible.
And you just said, I'm gay.
Basically, I had a cover story that was as close to my real life as possible, so I didn't cross myself or say something that I would later contradict myself. But mostly, I just acted normally.
Right.
And some of the guys that I met in these programs, yes, the gaydar just went off the charts.
Right.
But for a lot of them, I never would have thought that they were attracted to other men.
So I have a friend from Florida named Rob, and Rob was at a Grateful Dead show, and he's very, very gay, but you never know from talking to him. You know, he's a good Southern boy, really masculine. And he's talking to a minister who's telling him that he has to watch out for the homosexuals and their whole agenda and everything else. Rob says, well, you can recognize one of these homosexuals when you see him. The guy says, oh, absolutely. And Rob says, well, you're talking to one right now. Well, I don't have a problem with that. And Rob says, well, that's good, because it'd be real embarrassing if you had to go tell your congregation you got beat up by a faggot. The guy, scurried off. But it also came in handy when Rob and his boyfriend got pulled over in their Volkswagen bus with their sink full of drugs. They pull over, and this Southern cop, what are you boys doing? Rob says, well, my buddy here just graduated from college, and I'm taking him across the country to get him brewed, screwed, and tattooed. And the cop's like, good for you, and let him go. He never asked who was doing the screwing, which I thought was good. So, This has been really awesome. Thank you, Ted, for doing it and for coming and talking to us about it. Ted Cox! Oh, okay, and you can see Ted again as he does his presentation.
Yeah, I'm doing a presentation December 15th at the Sierra 2 Community Center. And it's at 7 p.m. and I'll be doing a larger thing with pictures and
more
singing and more holding.
Can I come talk to you?
Absolutely.
Like that.
How was that for you?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah. Do you need a shower?
Maybe. Would you get any offer to join me?
Only if it'll make you straight.
Only if it'll make me straight, yes.
Okay.
And did anyone ever giggle that your last name was Cox? Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you.